Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, Episode 2, titled Queen's Choice Awards. Last week, we met the first 7 queens, with Q and Sapphira ending up in the top 2, and Sapphira snatched the win, the $5,000, and immunity at some point. Before I dive in, if you want to watch last week's video, there's a link in the subject. Also, if you like the video, give me a like or subscribe, or both. So let's pick up where we left off with the next 7 queens, starting with Hershey LiqCour-Jeté, Cornbread's drag sister, who says, I did not prepare for this. She looks stunning, and if you want to see my review of all the entrance looks, check out my Meet the Queens review. Next is Plasma, who I'm so shocked to learn is 24. I thought she was much older from how she presents. Geneva tells the queen that she's from the tip of Texas, just the tip. Plasma likes her energy. Plain Jane instantly shades Queen Katya as she did in her Meet the Queens, calling herself the only authentic Russian queen. Jane, you better chill. You better lay low. Her body is snatched and she knows it. This queen bothered fans on social media and is already the villain of the season. She says, Ty porosienek, ty hrotka, I ty krasavitka. The queens realize that the other queens have been there and that it's a split premiere because there's already stuff in the workroom. Another evil laugh plays, catching their attention, and this time it's fitting because Megami comes in with demon horns on her head and Plasma says that Megami is spicy. Maya introduces herself as the queen of flips, really stating her purpose for being there. Jane says her corset groundbreakingly adds weight to her. Geneva sees Maya as competition, and Geneva tells the group that she's known for styling her leg hair, and they show it. I didn't need to see this. Jane says she hopes the next queen slips, then Nymphia tosses a banana peel out, enters, and slips on it. Nymphia flashes her bananas, and for me, she's the clear frontrunner from the entrance looks. So that rounds out the queens. Enter Ru in black and white with a Papa Orange on the foot, and tells them that their mini challenge, they'll be at the She MV. At the She MV, T.S. Madison, Love Connie, and Ru will be She MV employees taking their photos. Plasma nails her improv. Hershey gets frightened by Ru, thinking Ru is yelling at her. Ru is kidding. Geneva survives, and Jane gives the opposite of yes and when she says no but. They de-drag, and Jane obviously makes rude comments about everyone's appearance. Megami makes Ru laugh, and Megami is narrating this episode with great confessionals throughout. Ru wakes Maya up, who's been sleeping on the sidelines. Maya somehow makes it through her improv without saying a single word, just twerking and doing a lot of physical humor. Ru asks Nymphia to read from a vision test. She reads, I like big dick. Then she flashes her bananas and Ru tells her her banana looks unripe. Back in the workroom, Jane is still insulting everyone else, calling Megami an elderly man and announcing that none of them are her competition. Ru comes in to tell them that Nymphia won the challenge and wins $2,500. The Maxi Challenge will be Queen's Choice Award talent show, and the format will be the same as last week with them judging each other. The queens discuss their method for voting in the Rate a Queen. Suddenly, Jane is being congenial, saying she loves them all and she's going to vote fair. Nymphia and Megami make a New York alliance, and the other queens think that Jane is lying about playing fair. Nymphia tells the group that she moved from Taiwan a year ago and is the first Taiwanese queen on Drag Race. Hershey tells Plasma that she and her partner have 2 kids together who they adopted. Becky G walks in with air horns that she barely blows. At first, I was like, who is this? Then I googled her and she sings the song Shower, which is a banger. Maya hasn't said much this episode, but she's raving about Becky G being there. On to the talent shows. I love Ru's blue animal print this week. This is one of her best looks of all time, and Michelle also looks really great in this pink outfit. The hilarious Ross Matthews and Becky G are judging too. Derek is hosting the Queen's Choice Awards. Again, why is Derek there? Also, why was this called Queen's Choice Awards? There were no choices or awards. First up is Geneva, who comes out in a traditional dress, and I'm seated for this unique performance, and then she licks a chili and becomes spicy, I guess, because she strips down into a bodysuit and, wait for it, she lip syncs an original song, and she does a split. Hershey does an original song too, but the song is actually pretty boppy. I think the fan frustration with the lip syncing to the original songs is that so many of them are such terrible songs. Plasma does an action-packed variety number, lip syncing a little ditty, then taking a break to do some live quickfire impressions, and doing a decent job. Nymphia actually gives us a traditional Taiwanese number, and I love this because you're not only seeing a unique talent, but you're also feeling like you're learning something watching reality TV and not just having your brain melted. Megami uses her moment to make a statement, lip syncing What's Going On by 4 Non-Blondes and revealing cue cards saying, if you love drag on TV, love us in the voting booth, protect queer art. Plain Jane roasts Megami in confessional, saying Megami's talent was holding posters. Maya gives a serviceable lip sync, followed by an impressive tour de force of flips, kicks, and tricks, flipping up onto a box and tumbling down into a split. I actually had to go back and rewatch this one. It ended up being really good. Plain Jane does a song about burger fingers. I don't like the song really or the concept, but she tears her burger costume away to reveal a giant breastplate, and after last week's terrible showing for the breastplate community, it's nice to see someone coming correct. Also, Ru loves the concept and the song and the breastplate and thinks it's hilarious as she squirts ketchup and mustard on her chest. Then Derek gets slimed. Again, why? On the runway, the category is Made You Look. Nymphia reveals from a big green banana costume into a dress made of bananas and a banana wig. I'm hoping this is the last we see of the bananas. I'm bananaed out, but the wig is really awesome and reminds me of Donkey Kong 64. Don't ask me why. She reveals into a spoiling banana two-piece and again into a completely spoiled, rotten, pasty, and panty set. This was very successful. Hershey instantly drops a ruffled coat to reveal a very well-fitting brown dress with pooped sleeves. She says it's chocolate and they play the sound. Wah. She looks good though. I hate the glasses. Plasma is a pincushion. Overall, it's successful and she looks good. She loses me though when she reveals because the pants are not pincushiony at all. They're just ugly pants. And then they tear away and oh, pasties. Maya tears off a jacket so fast that we barely get to see it, but she has a bathing suit on. That is fine. I guess she looks good. It's a better bathing suit than Morphine's, if that's saying anything. Geneva says she goes from Mario to Maria as she tears away from a suit to a dress. I think the reveal was executed well, but neither of these looks are really spectacular to me. I actually think the Mario look was better than the Maria. Megami has a lot on. She loves accessories, but that's drag. I think the judges will at some point tell her to take some off. Her reveal is, I guess, that she has eyes on her palms. Jane is an ice queen that reveals into a Boston sports fan, completely unrelated, but Ru loves it, and body is snatched once again. In the critiques, they love everything that Nymphia did. Michelle thinks Hershey's dress length was a mistake. Michelle also feels like Plasma did too much in the talent show. Didn't like Maya's reveal either. She tells Megami she was staring at her easel the whole talent show and points out that Megami didn't have a reveal. I can't even call Michelle a hater because she's the only one giving constructive critiques on the panel. The judges love Jane this week, especially Ru. They go into the ratings and Jane is playing strategically, rating Plasma first, saying her makeup was atrocious. She also rates Nymphia last. You know the producers love this, and I'm glad someone is playing the game the way it's supposed to be. They get to the lip sync with Ru revealing that the top two are Plain Jane and Geneva Carr, with Jane's ratings really sabotaging and robbing Nymphia from the top two. They lip sync to Shower by Becky G, and they're pretty evenly matched to start out, but I think Jane is giving like 5% more. The star of the lip sync is Jane's boob that slowly slips out, creeping out until it's completely hanging out, and then she realizes it, and it's mortifying and so funny. Ru deems Jane the winner of $5,000 and immunity that she can use again at some point, and Ru advises that Jane buys a bra. I thought this was a pretty good episode. I also watched Untucked. Unfortunately, it was a waste of 30 minutes of my life, but the episode of the main show was pretty much the Plain Jane show for an hour and a half. Fans gave Jane a really negative reaction after the first 10 minutes were released on YouTube, but I come out of this episode being pretty high on Jane as a pretty entertaining character who is very toxic and going to cause drama, but also really talented and funny. The promo for next week makes it seem like it's going to be the last time for the Rated Queen, and I think they're going to do a bottom two, which could be fun, and it's going to be a ball episode. I don't know if I'm going to talk about all the looks. We'll see what happens. So that's all I have for you today. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. I'll be back next Friday to talk about more Drag Race. Bye!